Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Chrono Trigger. In the last part, we conquered the Mountain of Woe, and now we're here in the Undersea Palace. / Ocean Palace, it kind of depends on what you're playing.
We finally showed that asshole who's boss.
Yep, Dalton fell for once too. And we are introduced to one of my favorite songs in the game.
The Ocean Palace theme.
I love the Ocean Palace theme. And it seems that Queen Zeal is starting her plan with Scala already. Let's hope we can stop them in time, though, because this could not only be bad for everyone's health, but Scala looks in particular to be having some issues.
It hurts. Everything hurts.
Now, the thing is about this area is that it's actually one of the more open-ended areas in the game, but it does start off with an enemy we've actually seen before back in the sewers in 2300, a Scouter. 300 HP, 220 defense, 234 XP, ATP, 250 gold, weak to thunder, absorb, shadow, aqua, and fire. They can also put you to sleep, and you can charm a lapis from them. Basically, as you're going to see, there are actually 3 types of the Scouters. You want to use the element of their color. That should get you through, basically. Oh, and there we got an Aeon suit. That's actually a pretty good thing at this point. I'm going to give that to Ayla. Go ahead, Ken.
Red Scouts have 300 HP, 220 defense, 234 XP, 8 tech points, 250 gold, weak to shadow and fire?
That was a typo by me. It's just supposed to be fire.
Absorbs thunder and aqua, charm barriers.
Yeah, they also absorb shadow. That was just me writing down something wrong in the notes. And you may have noticed that those stats are the exact same as the normal Scouters. That's because the Scout types all have the same amount of stats. It's just the fact that their weaknesses are different. You could potentially physically attack them to death, but honestly, fire is just the best way to go. It's actually why I have Chrono, Marl, and Luca for this section, because that covers all 3 types of Scouts. Scouters for Chrono, Red Scouts for Luca, and the eventual Blue Scouts for Marl.
You're catching what I'm getting, dude.
I might be. Who knows? The big thing with this area is that there's actually a lot of side paths, one of which leads to this guy. This is a mage. 480 HP, 70 magic defense, 322 XP, 8 TP, 550 gold, drops lapis, and you can charm some barriers from them. Barriers you actually do want to have a few of for the end of the game with a strategy I'm going to eventually take, but you don't need too many of them. Just use some magic, and hopefully the mage won't get lock off, because what lock is that's basically the same thing the rubble used last part. It won't allow that character to use any text. It's just the fact that it's a single target versus all targeting.
Lock all is one of my least favorite things ever.
Well, to be fair, the only enemies that can use it in the game, though, don't really have anything else to do.
Fair. Still, it sucks.
Now, say, if the final boss had lock all, that would be bullshit. There are actually a good amount of good treasures to get in this point, so make sure you check any chest you can find. That Aeon Helm I could use, but I have Rainbow Helm, so it's fairly useless. Either way, you start off, Ken.
Okay, Jin. So these are 2 new enemies. The first one is Jin, which is 450 HP, 255 defense at start. So there's conditions you need to meet. 100 magic defense and 303 experience points, 8 tech points, 400 gold, and drops a lapis. Go over Barghest and I'll talk about how to deal with Jin.
Barghests have 450 HP, 70 magic defense, 376 XP, ATP, 400 gold, and they drop shields.
So how to deal with Jin is what you need to do is if you attack Barghest, or if you attack Jin, it'll say protected by Barghest's shield. So what you need to do is kill Barghest first, since he doesn't have any protection, and then attack Jin once, the shield will break, and then you can attack Jin freely.
Yeah, it's a fairly common thing to see in RPGs, actually. There's almost always at least one battle that has something like that. Except in Tales of, but that's because Tales of is weird. Also, I did not know you could walk behind that pillar for a bit my first time through. But yeah, I love this song so much. I remember when I first played the game, I thought I was actually at the final dungeon because of this song alone. Hi? Blue Scout. Hello? There you are. Go ahead.
Blue Scouts! A lot of new enemies in this part. 300 HP, 220 defense, 234 experience points, 8 tech points, 250 gold, weak to Aqua, absorb others. Charm, shield.
In case
Also,
you're wondering what...
oh dear.
In case you're wondering what was that?
Never, you'll see.
Okay. The thing is with these kind of enemies is... no, the drops they have. In case you're wondering what a shield and a barrier does, because I think I've used at least a barrier before during the Mangus boss fight. They raise stats in battle. Think of them like the X attack stuff in like Pokemon. Barrier raises physical defense. No, magic defense. Shield raises physical defense. You'll find yourself probably using barriers more often than shields, though. Because a lot more enemies in the late game have magical attacks than physical. I'm now very curious about what you said the thing about, though, Ken.
You'll hear.
Okay. Oh, it's an audio thing. I got it. And here we get a Star Sword, which is a pretty good upgrade for Chrono. But, you know, good to have and everything. And the reason you want to go along those side passageways is because there were two switches, one switch in each, rather. And you need to do that in order to open a path we'll later be crossing. We do need to do one more thing. Oh, no, there we get a Shockwave. That is a new weapon for Luca, if I recall. Yeah, it is. They actually give you a good amount of weapons in this area. I could fight you guys, or I could run around the side and clip into the wall to get a demon hit. I believe that's a weapon for Frog. Ken?
The
demon hit.
No, that's a Robo, I think.
And that Sonic Arrow from Marl is pretty good too. There it is. That's the third switch. Now we pressed it. I think you have to press the other two switches first. Path is open for us in the previous room. And then we get a Kaiser Arm. That's a good weapon for Robo.
Oh no, that is...
Demon Hit sounds like it would be Frog.
Demon Hit?
I can Google. But yeah, the pressing those switches
probably
open this
is
path.
Frog. Maybe.
Either way, we got our next new enemy, Thrasher. 666 HP, 83 defense, 70 magic defense, 318 XP, 8 TP, and 250 gold. They're this area's physical attackers. They have fairly low defenses, all things considered, though, so killing them shouldn't be much of an issue with physical attacks.
666 HP. I see what they did there.
Demon Hit, known as Demon Slayer in later translations, is a sword for Frog. Yep.
GG.
120 attack power, only found in this area, though. So if you missed that one, you missed out on that weapon permanently.
Until New Game Plus, though.
Yeah. Because I do believe every chest replenishes during the New Game Plus. This is a weird section, this bunch of stairs, because there's a lot of fights. And you can avoid almost every single one of them if you know how to move yourself. Also, that statue attacks you, so watch out for that. Go ahead.
Lashers also have 666 HP, 83 defense, 70 magic defense, 365 XP, 8 tech points, and 250 gold.
That's weird. I may have written that down wrong in the notes, actually, because I think they have 850 gold. I can look that up, though, real quick. Because they're basically the same enemies as the Thrashers, just the fact that they have a bit more experience points. And they also have a counterattack, which is basically X-Strike. If you have Chrono's ultimate tech by this point, these guys should die quickly.
Instantly.
Yeah. Yeah, I had that. I wrote that down wrong. The Lashers have 850 gold. My bad.
How dare you mess that up?
I know.
That
I'm
is a
horrible.
cardinal sin.
I have failed. The one thing I especially like about this area is just the way it looks. In fact, fun fact, the first time I ever saw this game be played, I saw two sections. this and another boss fight later on. And, well, technically speaking, there were 2 boss fights because one of them was a boss fight in an upcoming area. But I always remember this color palette the most because of that. Because I couldn't beat the boss because my brother just said, hey, here's the controller, try this boss fight out. And I died. And Scala is still having some issues, but the Prophet seems pretty alarmed by that. Also, you may have noticed, Masa and Mune are here in the Ocean Palace for some reason. Last time we saw them, they were over in that one city in, no, 2 of the cities in Zeal. The first one and the palace. Wonder why they're here.
Because why not? Why not be here when they can be not here? Wait.
That is a very fair, illogical point.
Fair, illogical point. Yep.
And time for an elevator section right out of a beat-em-up. When you're going down, you're constantly facing battles. None of the battles are too hard, though, because they're all enemies we've seen before. I do believe the fights, those are some of the few random fights in the game, though. I think. Or maybe it's based off timing. I don't know. But I do want to go back into the elevator after doing that and come back in, which will take us up to an area we actually could have seen earlier to grab this magic tab. In case you're wondering where we are, we're back at the top of the stairs, so I had to climb all the way back down and fight those fights again. So now I'm back in this area after that. And
I never really liked that segment because I always tried to deal with them by doing double text for some reason because I didn't quite understand the whole they counterattack thing.
Yeah. But yeah, the first room I ever saw a Chrono Trigger is this room right here. Which is why it always kind of sticks out in my mind. And also somehow we transform the statues from the gargoyles to what looks to be someone out of Breath of Fire. I do recommend preparing yourself, though, because we are coming up on this area's boss fight. And so I recommend using the save point, and using it well, and grabbing the chest to the right.
There's an elixir in that chest.
Yeah, that's a chest I actually frequently miss because it blends in. And in here, Dalton again. You know, you're persistent, I'll give you that. And now he's sending golems at us. Not but 1 this time, but 2! They have the exact same stats. This is the fight that killed me that I was talking about earlier. Since it's the same fight, I'm just going to fast forward through it and spam Luminaire now that I have it. Because I gained it from a battle off screen. Luminaire is essentially the equivalent to, what would you say, Holy or Ultima?
Ultima. More so.
It does a lot of damage. It's lightning elemental, so you just have to keep that in mind, but it's so good. I think it also pierces defenses. The golems still have the exact same pattern, too. If you just constantly spam elemental attacks, they don't get much of a chance to do anything. I still recommend stealing the stuff.
How did you end up dying against these guys?
I was 6 and didn't know anything about the game's mechanics. And there we go. Suck it. Okay, he's throwing one more at us. But apparently not apparently. Apparently something's going up in the room above us, so he's just going to run away. God, I hate you, Dalton. Okay, let's go see if we can help Scala then.
Scala's in trouble. Help!
Hello there, new.
Drama. Now is the time to turn back. No.
I always did wonder who these 6 people are with us. Are they supposed to be the ones who were around the Mammon machine earlier? Like the tenders to it or something? Okay, she's getting zappity dude.
Why is she the only one getting zappity dude, though?
Because she's the one who can communicate with the Mammon machine for some reason. Scala is a character they don't really go into well. Wait, Masa and Mune. What? The Ruby Dagger was the Masamune? Or at least an early version of it?
Is that just me, or is that a discoloration?
It's the ruby knife, so I guess it's not the Masamune yet, but it's gonna be coming. I guess we need to
In my
use it with
version,
energy or something.
when I played the game, it was like actually the Masamune. It didn't have it didn't have that orange color.
Oh shit!
No!
He's here.
Already? We can't face the final boss
and now we're actually having fun of him. How you doing, Mr. Porcupine?
He's so cute. He's a porcupine.
Destruction wrench from the heavens. Okay, we can take this. Come on, we have power up. Never mind.
Die.
If you're playing New Game Plus, you actually can survive that, though. Shit. Profit? Waiting for what? Oh! That was actually kind of predictable.
Bro,
Yeah, if somehow Magus got flung to 12,000 BC instead of 65 million, I'm assuming because he had, like, ties to it or something.
maybe he got up and ran before anyone knew.
Possibly. But his goal when he first summoned first tried to summon Lavos that we saw back in 600 was not to use Magus to destroy the world. It was to try to destroy Lavos. Why, we don't know yet, but that's what he was trying to do. And how the hell he became a prophet in this age, I don't know. He would have had to know the events. That was grossly ineffective. What was he trying to do there, actually? I don't think we ever learned that. Oh! What?
I hate this queen.
Wait, as part of Lavos... Does Queen's trying to have Lavos absorb Magus and Scala? It seems that Luca and Marl can move, but we can. I don't know why. Shit, what do we do?
Ugh.
I will beat you with my fist! We can do this.
Come on.
Come on. Come at me, bro. Come on. Come on. I can take this. Come on.
Focus
I got
energy.
you.
Oh no.
Luminaire!
Lightning.
No, that's not a healthy amount of lightning. What? You can do this, Chrono. Why is it going white? What is glowing?
Oh my god, no!
Oh, shit. So...
He literally just liquefied.
Vaporized, more like. I remember when I first saw that scene, my jaw dropped. And there's something I like that's really effective about it, too, is that there's no music once you get to that point. It's just quiet, unsettling. But, ladies and gentlemen, we've lost Chrono. So I guess from now on, this is just Let's Play Trigger.
Ha.
But Scala, even though we're in the middle of despair, doesn't want us to hate her mother or the kingdom, but she's still going to send all of us away from here. And interestingly enough, I'll get into this later, this kind of our time traveling actually has had some influence on the timeline, more than you'd like to think. I'll go over that at a later point, though. And I'll just say this right now, people. That's the last time we see Scala.
Ever.
Not entirely ever. DS had an explosive scene with her, and she influences some amount of the plot of Chrono Cross. But in Trigger, that's it. We got left at that, and oh shit.
Oh dear. Goodbye, Zeal.
You know, it could be okay. Maybe not. Though I have to admit, more so than even the cutscene where we first saw Lavos, this is a really effective way to establish him as a threat, because he's destroying this powerful nation so easily. And then people died.
That sound effect really scared me.
That's one thing I've always really liked about this, is that it doesn't shy away from the fact that people died in this entire thing. And that's actually how the continents became the way they are in the future. Zeal crashed down and became parts of it. Mountains, and even then, it's causing a tidal wave. Pretty sure I saw this in Deep Impact. God, I hated that movie.
Goodbye.
Well, where can we go from here even? We've
Nowhere.
basically hit rock bottom. We couldn't stop Lavos. Chrono is dead. The world's flooded. And we have no real goal now, do we? But it
Payback.
seems people have already been rebuilding at least.
I wonder how long we've been out.
I always assumed it was like close to a few days. Not a week or so, but like 3 or 4. Enough for people to build houses. And yeah, Melchior's missing too. Apparently Melchior and Yanis were dragged into a gate. I guess that would make the Melchior in our time the same Melchior. What happened to Yanis?
He died.
I could assume as much. But it seems that the Epoch made it through completely okay, though. It apparently seemed to have moved on its own, though. But we might as well talk to the people, see what's going on in this new place. Does this village even have a name?
Village? Earthbound Village?
I guess. Last Village, okay. Lost Village, one of the two. But it seems now that because that there's so little of them, the Earthbound ones and the Zealites, or however you call the people of Zeal, are in fact working together. So it's good to see that they can actually come together in times of need. And there's a new here. He's a shop. I think he actually gets different items depending on the point in the game he's at. And if you actually talk to him and stay here for a bit, he'll move and you can get over here to grab a magic tab.
I thought it was just random. Also, what's the deal with like check back with him? Sometimes he has different stuff.
I think that is the thing that happens. I think if his wares do change as you progress through the game, but I've never come back to check. And even though they're in the face of trauma, the people are hopeful. But you know, it's kind of like Final Fantasy VI in a regard. Kind of the big screw you to Kefka. You destroy people, they rebuild. Oh God!
Why are you here?
Swah, 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 swah. Okay, explosions. Oh, you're kidding me. Dalton!
Of all the people.
Mind you, he did run away earlier, so he actually had an excuse to survive that whole ordeal. The one thing I wonder, though, we've overpowered Dalton a few times at this point. So why does this scene go the way it does? Because, honestly, we somehow can deflect explosions. How? And where can I learn that? How did we lose that? I never understood that.
Honestly, I feel the same exact way.
Because we've beaten Dalton technically once at this point, but we've shown him that we are stronger than him in several ways. So, why? Either way, we're in some place, but our weapons, items, and money are all gone. That's actually why my party layout is Ayla, Marl, Frog, because Ayla is the only one who can attack in this section. Because she actually has her weapons or her fists. Oh God, we're on the BlackBird. I don't know how they managed to get this thing to take off in time. I guess after he ran away, Dalton just kind of commandeered it, didn't he?
Dalton.
But it seems that there's another way out of the cell because the front door is blocked. We can climb into the vents. This section, the closest thing I can think of it as, is kind of like a Metal Gear game. You're supposed to sneak around and find ways to get to rooms and grab all your equipment, items, and such. You do have to grab each person's equipment individually, though. Like, there's a Frog's items chest, there's a Marl's items chest, so on and so forth. But it's only for the people in your active party. Because once you trigger that cutscene with Dalton, you are immediately sent here with that party only. You cannot switch. The others are all away.
I wonder where they all are, though.
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, they're probably like in the village. And the enemy I just killed is a Basher, 150 HP, 377 XP, 8 TP. It's meant to be easy because you can't have much of equipment at this point. The duct maze is pretty easy, though. At the same time, it also reminds me a lot of Mario Sunshine. You remember the hotel area towards the end of the game?
I haven't played enough Mario Sunshine, sorry.
Yeah, well, you didn't miss out too much. But there's an area that's a hotel-themed thing towards the end of the game. And the hotel, once you're inside of it, actually has a duct system at the top. Either way, go ahead.
Alright, bytes. Terabytes. 192 H bracket, 192 defense, 378 HP, 8 tech points. No gold.
Did I put a bracket there accidentally? My bad. Whoops. I do like this section, though, from concept. What? Person talking? Did they know we're in the vents? It's the Epoch!
Oh, dear. How dare he?
Oh, he's gonna make it his air throne. Great. Dalton always felt like he is a less serious Kefka in terms of the comedy relief, because there's no way he could be a serious villain ever. He's just
flamboyant
dick.
and stupid. That's it.
Yeah. And here we get Ayla's equipment back, so now she actually... Hey, she's cheating for it, too. So with that, now we can actually go out here and fight all the battles. I'm not sure what happens, actually, if you fight one of the battles with someone with when you have no weapons. You probably just get sent back to your cell.
Sent back to your cell. That is exactly what happens.
All right. And there we get our money back, which is good, because I need the money. You can actually avoid a surprising amount of the battles in this place, though, very easily. And in here, we get our items back. Now, the way to progress is through that door to the left. However, there's still some items I can grab in this area, and they're one time only, so I'm going to go grab them. I believe there's actually only one. Let me check my notes about that. It sounds about right, though. Yeah, there's only one item I'm getting. I just want to get it, though. And there it is. Magic Tap for Robo. Though I cannot use it on Robo yet because I can't switch my party.
Robo is not here.
I hear what looks to be wind. Okay, we're on one of the wings. And in it is the next enemy type, a turret. 700 HP, 140 defense, 30 magic defense, 1500 XP, 100 TP. Immune to all elements, charm mid-ether, drops mid-ether. You might think that sounds familiar. It's because they're basically the Rubbles again. Only these ones can actually attack. Same high evasion, same rewards. I do recommend fighting one at a time, though, if you can find a way to make the screen so you can only fight one at a time. Because that means you can get the most likelihood of actually getting the 100 TP per. There is a jet stream pushing you down, so you have to make sure you can take care of that easily, but honestly, this section's pretty easy. Oh god, almost got pushed off. Something's coming?
Something is coming.
Where? I don't see anything. How could you have seen that coming? I guess you could have sensed
the void.
it. Shut up, X-Death.
Alright,
Welcome to the Golem boss.
15,000 HP. 2,500 experience points, 40 TP, 2,000 gold. You want to kill this thing. Because
this fight
those
is
rewards.
Something you win no matter what. Because, as you'll see, he's counting down to an attack, but he never actually uses it because he's scared of heights. So basically, this is just see if you can do as much damage as you can within a time frame and get rewarded for it. Base strategy for me to get the most damage in: cube toss with Ayla Marl, then leap slash. If you have Robo in the lead, you could use. If you have Robo in the lead of the party with Luca and any other two places, you could possibly use his double bomb tech to almost one-shot the thing. If I recall correctly, you'll kill it really quickly that way. Either way. It's a joke fight, essentially. I do wonder what attack he would have been charging down to, though, if you fought him in, like, the Ocean Palace. I would have latched him with something anticlimactic, like a simple Fire 1 spell, though.
Huh?
Really though, for the final Golem fight you ever do, it's kind of anticlimactic. Cube Toss is really good though. Cube Toss is actually going to be a major thing I'm going to be using with for boss fights from here on out because it just does so much damage. Early dual techs, it's around this point that dual techs start getting really good. I think it's like the 4th dual tech that a lot of people get is usually like over 1,000 damage plus, and it's just ridiculous, and I love it. Let's see, he should have about 2 hits left on him, I'd say.
2 hits.
Leap
slash. Leap slush.
Also, I forgot to get it, but I think Ozzy, this is very late mentioning it, but Ozzy of the 3 generals, I think he's named after Ozzy Osbourne. I don't know that one for a fact. I had very random time to bring that up, but I have nothing else to talk about right now, because this boss is not very interesting.
He is not interesting at all.
It's supposed to be one of those things that you just kind of laugh at after the whole, you know, Chrono dying thing.
Lighten the mood after your best friend died.
Yeah. Which makes some sense, but at the same time, it's kind of stupid. Also, if you just run out of time, because that is technically a timed fight, he'll just run away. What's complete? Oh, you added wings to it. That looked like they should have been there to begin with, if you look at the sprite. So now this is the Aero Dalton Imperial. That's a very stupid name. I like that fourth wall breaking joke. He accidentally plays the main theme. Or, well, Chrono's theme. Wait, how does he know who Houston is? How does anyone know who Houston is at this point? Because that shouldn't exist.
Houston.
Huh.
Houston, we have an issue.
RPG writing sometimes doesn't make sense like that, because how would they know about that stuff? But the Epoch's now flying, which would be very handy if we can get our hands back on it.
But can we, though?
Well, it's Dalton. Shouldn't be too hard.
Fair enough.
Dude, why are you firing at us? We're on your ship. Idiots. Either way, we somehow jump all the way over to the Aero Dalton Imperial, and it's time once again for Dalton. Dalton Plus this time around, though. Dalton Plus has 2,800 HP, 2,500 XP, 40 TP, and 2,000 gold. You can charm an Ambrosia from him still. He still has that halves HP attack, but now he'll actually use Tier 2 magic. Base strategy is the same, though. Cube Toss, Leap Slash, or Robo with Double Bomb. It's very easy. Look at that. He did 41 damage. That's like, what would you say, Danadaro Mountains level damage?
I'd probably even go Hecron Cave.
Yeah. That's pretty pathetic. Dalton, you are the worst leader I have ever seen.
I'll bet you anything he's actually the worst magic user in the entire Kingdom of Zeal.
You're probably right about that. He's probably from like some sort of big family, but he's just not sure. And trying to summon the Golem boss, dude. Did you not notice that we kind of killed him? Sucked into the 9th dimension.
Into the void. X-Death is happy. Someone died.
Killed himself. Technically, I'll get into
Suicide.
that. I'll get more into details about that later. Well, at least now we have an Epoch with wings. So let's see, how do we control this thing? Let's try this button. Oh, Lord. It looks fine. Never mind. This button. Okay, we blew up the BlackBird, apparently. Hey.
It died.
I guess you could say, now that we have the Epoch back, we just killed 2 birds with 1 stone.
Hey.
Dalton got what he deserved, yeah. That ship can fly, you don't say. Wow. Owen Wilson. But with that, now we have a flying Epoch, which means that we can also time travel at any point in time again.
And you can also fly, which is amazing.
Yeah. But with that, we're going to need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching. And in part 13, we're going to look through time to see if we can find any way to bring back Chrono. But not before having one minor detour. See you guys then.
Bye.